Why should I start a pension early? It's a fair question. Now, typically when you are younger, retirement seems like this thing long in the future that one day you'll get around to doing. It's an unfortunate phrase that is thrown about all too often these days, and I'm probably guilty of it myself too. But let's face the facts here. We are living longer than past generations, and whilst that may seem like a win-win, it also means the amount of time we're spending in retirement is likely getting longer too, especially if you want to retire early. And this all comes with a cost. Now, by starting early, you get to benefit from one of the greatest tools in finance, compound interest. Now, I'm sure some of you may have heard of it before, but for those who haven't, put simply, the returns or interest made on your initial investment, once reinvested, can begin to earn their own return. And you can see how this starts to add in your favour. Now, yes, that does sound rosy, and investments will be subject to ups and downs, and there is the risk that you may lose some of the money you initially put in. However, by starting early, you give your investments hopefully the time they need to maybe recover for any losses you do experience from early on. Now, another way to think about this is the cost of delay. So there's plenty of research out there these days that can tell you if you simply delay when you invest by 5, 10 years, you could end up adding £100, £150, £200 and so on extra a month to how much you need to be putting away to reach your dream retirement goal. So clearly, as you can see, you'll start kicking yourself that you didn't start sooner. And not to steal from another company, but every little does help here. So after establishing that, yes, I probably do need a pension, the first question people generally ask themselves then is, well, how much should I be investing? Now, in general, the more you can put away, the better, just to ensure your financial security in later life. Obviously, there will be a few caveats to that, based on the type of lifestyle you want in retirement and the level of disposable income you have today, taking into account of other factors like maybe a house purchase or a wedding. However, to help you, there are plenty of guides online these days. Just to give you an example, these 50 to 70 rule that says you could aim for a retirement income that is 50 to 70% of your salary. The often spoken about aiming for a pension pot that is 10 times your average working life earnings, or saving with a rate of 12 to 15% per month from your salary. Now, I'm not going to stand here and tell you which one is the best, and I'm sure there are plenty of others out there that can provide you support. However, like exercising, just find the one that resonates with you and try and stick to it. So, the main benefits of a pension. It isn't the compound interest. That can take place with any of our other investments like our ISAs. What makes pensions unique is the tax relief that you can earn on your contributions. Now, it's not just me standing here telling you that you should be investing in a pension. The government wants you to and reward you at the same time. Now, how so? Well, when you contribute to a pension, the government may repay you at your highest marginal rate of tax, or in other words, getting paid to save. And like an ISA, a pension is a tax-efficient way to invest. So any tax relief that you do earn and contributions that you put into your pension can grow income and capital gains tax-free. Now, when you invest in the Moneyfarm pension, we'll automatically apply our 20% basic rate tax relief, or as other platforms and other providers will call it, the 25% government top-up. If you're a higher or an additional rate taxpayer, you could claim back more tax relief in your self-assessment tax returns. So, for example, if you wanted to put £1,000 in your pension as a basic rate taxpayer, you would only need to contribute £800 and we'll top it up with £200. If you are a higher or an additional rate taxpayer and you do take advantage of claiming that tax relief back, that £1,000 contribution could end up only costing you £600 or £550. So, like compound interest, you can start to see how the numbers really do work in your favour. Now, there is a limit to this. There is an unlimited free money as such. In the 2020-21 tax year, you can invest and earn tax relief on contributions of up to £40,000 or all of your relevant UK earnings. Now, relevant UK earnings isn't always the same as your salary. There are a few things that won't count, such as investment income, dividends, or property rental income. But there will be a few things that will count, like your self-employed income, Crown overseas income, or your patent rights. Now, even a modest saver who starts relatively earning and earns that tax relief could end up building a pension pot much larger than a high earner who starts a lot later in life. So taking this all into account, and yes, it is easier said than done, how do you really get started with a private pension? Well, one thing that could give you a kickstarter in all of this is a pension transfer. Thanks to a legislation that came out a couple of years ago, employers are required to auto-enroll their employees into a pension scheme. So it's very likely you may have one. Now, I'm not advocating that you transfer each and every pension, especially if your employer is actively paying into your pension scheme, giving you essentially free money. However, with the way individuals move from job to job these days, it's very likely that you will pick up a couple of these along the way. Now, this is where we step in and the benefits of consolidation. We provide ease on that administrative nightmare of finding out what you're invested in, potentially helping you pay less in fees on your pensions or offering you access to certain type of benefits that older schemes may not provide you. Thankfully, we've made the process very simple too. With Moneyfarm, you can get a pension set up in minutes and send off an electronic transfer request for your schemes. From there, we'll manage the process for you absolutely free, keeping it as paperless as possible depending on your provider. All that you'll need to know is your current provider, an estimation of the valuation, and an account or reference number. So for further information on anything I've spoken about today, or for more details on the other benefits relating to pensions, like the inheritance tax benefits, you can always call in and speak to a member of the team like myself. Now, if you're curious about maybe how much you should be putting away for retirement, we also have a very handy tool that can be found on the website, which is our pension calculator. Now, hopefully everything that I have discussed today has raised one key issue for yourself. When it comes to your pension savings, time really is money. Thank you.